This is the Shock Absorber Netball Academy at intersport.com. In this guide, Catching Skills 3, we're going to look at catching the ball at speed, catch and release, and taking and passing the ball in the air. In Catching Skills 2, we looked at developing basic catching skills so that you're confident catching passes at all heights and on an angle. In this guide, we're going to further develop those skills to look at how a quick catch and release can greatly improve your team's speed of attack. When your team has the ball, the faster you can move the ball, the more difficult you make it for the opposing team. Moving the ball quickly down court is about fast and accurate passing, good player movement to get free from defenders, and quick recycling of the ball from the point of the catch to the release of the pass. Let's start by looking at catching at speed. If you're quick and agile, then you'll be able to use this to your advantage to evade defenders. But if you're moving quickly, then you'll have to be confident catching the ball at speed without losing control or overstepping and breaking the footwork rule. The principles for catching at speed are no different to any other catch. You just need better anticipation because you'll have less time to prepare. Keep your eyes on the ball, adjust your body position early. Judge the flight of the ball so that you're not having to overstretch or reach backwards or sideways to gather the ball, and have at least one hand behind the ball as you catch it. The speed at which you receive and then pass the ball can be improved by learning to catch and release efficiently and quickly. The basic principle of catch and release is to make the whole process of catching and passing as quick and efficient as possible. There are three phases to any skill: preparation, execution, and recovery. Great netball players melt the skill of catching into the first phase of throwing rather than having them as a separate action. The way to achieve this quick action is to release the ball from where it's caught rather than bringing the ball back into your chest and then throwing the pass. It isn't possible to do this every time. In some situations you'll have to bring it back into your chest area, for example to regain balance. So becoming quick and efficient in your catch and release is about being able to receive and pass the ball from the same position, which means that as well as being confident catching the ball at speed and different heights and angles, you'll also need to be comfortable throwing a full range of passes from both sides. Let's look at some basic points that will help improve your catch and release skills. Firstly, you need to be able to catch the ball and in the same movement either release a pass or use the momentum and direction of the ball as your takeback. So if you catch the ball overhead, you'll release the ball overhead, and if you catch the ball at shoulder height, you'll release the ball at shoulder height. Secondly, when you catch the ball, you have to position your hand so that you can release a pass without having to adjust your hand position. This means you have a hand behind the ball when you catch, and always try to catch the ball with two hands. The catch and release will usually happen on one side of the body, so get one hand behind the ball to cushion it and the other assisting to secure it. This is the best hand position to catch and pass the ball. So that's the most basic principle covered. Take and give the ball at the same height and catch the ball with your hands in a good position to release a pass. But there is one more thing to know. If you're going to prepare to throw a pass before you've even caught the ball, then you need to know where the pass you want to make is going to go. This requires two things: anticipation and awareness, and this is a skill known as pre-scanning. Pre-scanning is about having a wider awareness of the game and using it to anticipate where players will move to. Let's look at anticipation first. As you move to receive the pass, you need to predict where your teammates are going to be once the ball is in your hands. This is something you'll learn over time and something that becomes easier as you play with the same players or follow the same style of tactics and strategy regularly. You'll begin to see patterns of movement and understand which movements your teammates make most frequently and in different situations to get free from defenders. The more netball you play and watch, the better you'll become at reading the game, and so your anticipation skills will develop. Awareness is about knowing where your teammates and the opposing team's players are on the court and which direction they're moving in, and then making your passing decision based on the best option. Using peripheral vision is very important in pre-scanning, taking on board everything you see around you, not just what's immediately ahead of you. Now let's look at a more advanced catch and release skill: catching and releasing the ball in the air. This skill is one of the most advanced skills in netball, and the speed of transfer of the ball makes for a very quick attack. But be careful, sometimes passing the ball too quickly can lead to mistakes. At times, it's better to hold on to the ball and make sure your pass reaches a teammate. This is something that you'll learn to judge the more you practice in competitive environments. When you're catching and releasing in the air, the basic principles stay the same. You have to make sure you meet the ball at speed with a timed leap to take the ball and pass in mid-air before landing. Any change of direction you want to make has to be instigated as you take off, so your head and hips turn to face the direction of the next pass. Your wrists and elbows should absorb the force of the pass, then engage your core muscles and throw the pass, ending with your hands pointing at the desired target. The key to all of these variations is practice. The more you work on these skills, the better you'll become. So that's catching skills 3. Let's recap on the key points. The basic principles of catching remain true whether you're catching at speed or in the air. Keep your eyes on the ball and adjust your body and hand position early. Catch and release is about making the whole process of catch, adjust and pass as quick and efficient as possible. To catch and release well, you need to take and release the ball at the same height and catch the ball with your hands in a good position to release a pass. To become really effective in using this skill, you need to use anticipation and awareness skills too, and this is a skill known as pre-scanning. Finally, you can catch and release the ball whilst in the air. It's one of the most advanced catching skills in netball, and the speed of transfer of the ball makes for a very quick attack. Finally, if you want to use all these skills in competitive games, then you'll need to practice them regularly. You can practice all the catching skills covered in the skills guides using a variety of drills in this series of videos, so why not check out a catching drill now, or perhaps watch an attacking strategy guide. Intersport.com, the home of world-class sports coaching online.